This is Worcester, Mass. Had a city council meeting.
Oh boy,
Worcester.
And they were discussing making the city. Let me get the exact wording. So you get the idea here. This was a meeting on making Worcester, Massachusetts. They were voting on whether they wanted to become a sanctuary city for transgender and gender diverse people. That brings us to Crazytown. Roll it, Aaron.
I've already seen it.
I need the city to protect me because the federal government won't. And if you think you're afraid of Trump, you should see how afraid of Trump I am.
Can you wrap up, please?
We can see
Yes, I can.
She's in disguise.
You say that you're afraid of Trump, and that's why you don't want the city to be a safe space for trans people. Right, you better prepare for trans people to make this a very unsafe space.
I'm shaking right now. I don't want to be here.
Please.
I'm sorry. Am I taking too long pleading for my life?
You remembered how many children I have and that 2 of them are trans.
I speak as both the B and the T in the LGBT.
I'm multiply disabled. I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a connective tissue disorder that causes me immense physical pain. I'm on the autism spectrum.
You don't say.
And I have narcolepsy, and I couldn't drive myself here, so I had to hide from my driver.
Too bad it didn't kick in.
I was in drag, which is not an easy thing to do in drag.
I do not want to be here. It's my day off. I do not want to be in your DMs. I do not want to be in your email inboxes. I do not want my creativity writing diss tracks like Kendrick. I don't want to spend an hour applying glitter on my face so that you will hear and see me. I want you to listen to me.
Let us remember that the Nazis burned the books that the Nazis burned books on gender sciences first. Now the administration has villainized and marginalized migrant workers, trans, LGBT people, and even special needs.
Of course, we need to continue celebrating Black History Month because in spite of what's coming down from Washington, we all know that we all exist and we all need to be recognized for our existence.
But be aware that you are a guest in my house when you come. And when you come, know that there are strong queer and trans people in my classroom who will collect you with the quickness.
My name in drag is Dee Dee Delight. And my name out of drag is Dewey Cosgrove Atienza.
Laddie LaRouge, he, they, in drag, District 3.
My legal name is Olivia D'Ambrosio. My public name is Livy Scanlon. My wife and I own a home in the Canal District.
I speak as someone who is always misgendered all the time.
It does this when it's
told. People refer to me as sir when I prefer to be referred to as man. I speak as someone who is afraid to use public toilets. I speak as someone who is a member of this community. Is she a real fat person? And is a queer person.
You have to imagine being me and my wife, fearing that our marriage rights will be stripped away at any moment.
Please, I only have so much time. Please, Joe's going to cut me off.
Which matters more? Covering the legal fees of systemic police brutality or protecting the lives of queer people in our community? How many lives have to be lost before you consider fighting back against fascism and corruption?
I get that some of you care more about easy funding than trans lives and don't mind Nazis for some whatever reason, but
Normally I would say good evening, but through the chair I will only impart my sour grapes.
It's an extremely emotional and taxing thing to stand up here as someone as part of the trans and gender diverse community.
My name is Katie. I'm from District 5, and I'm speaking in support of agenda items 10B and 14B.
District 5?
Right now in our country, Trump is threatening the trans and gender diverse community.
Oh, another song.
Another chant.
That's great.
Oh my gosh.
Right now, that cop is going to go home to tell his wife that he quits.
He quits.
Whoa.
That was fire.
Well, you were right, D.
You were right.
It's a good time.
City council meeting
Man.
in Worcester, Massachusetts.
Talk about people of color.
Who knew that Worcester was full of such massholes?
Yeah, Worcester. I can't believe up there.
Worcester.
Is it time to start having some serious conversations about mental illness in this country?
Yes.
Well beyond that.
To me, I just want to, there should be a study on what their algorithm feeds them and why they're so pliable. This is just mental illness.
I mean,
it's crazy. All you can do is pray for them. That's all you can do.
Yeah,
exactly. Pray for them.
Yeah.
Good, well put.
Laughing at them helped.
Now you got to pray for them.
I had a conversation with somebody about this clip today. I showed it to them. I said, I'm gonna talk about this tonight. I'm gonna play this tonight. I said, I just can't even believe this clip is real. And they made that point, Paul, about mental illness. How it used to be like hush hush, and now it's become so
celebrated
between Obama and Biden, and this lurch into this absolute craziness. It's like you don't even think about saying no. You all need psychologists and psychiatrists
and medication. That's
what you all need, because this is truly mental illness.
I think they're over medicated already. I think that's part of it. I will bet every one of them takes at least 7 pharmaceuticals every day.
You know what I think of it too? And I'm not sure which one of you mentioned it. Which one, when you said which ones are the most pliable? I think that was you, Paul, right?
Yeah.
Is that a lot of these people? They just want to be part of the group.
Without a doubt,
right? They want to feel like they belong to something. So they latch on to this group because, well, they'll accept me.
Exactly.
Right?
And
because
they double down on crazy.
Right.
And crazy is a celebration.
Right.
The crazier you are, the more celebrated, the more clout you get in your circle of crazy.
Right. But I don't believe they're crazy. I just think they just want to fit in somewhere.
I think it's a combination of both.
How you have those kids that growing up, they don't fit into the jocks. They're not one of these. They're not one of those. They're not the cool. They're not the plastics. Whatever. They found a group that accepts them no matter what they look like or how they talk or what they do. And all they got to do is put on a wig and say, I'm non-binary and I'm in.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I think two things could be true at the same time. And I think mental illness and that exact thing are going on at the same time. Plus quite a few other weird things because that's just mental illness right before your eyes and it's celebrated.
Yeah.
The celebrated part is the part that's made it to the point that we're at.
Yeah.